All right, so good evening, everyone. I'm Investor Ben, founder of Crypto Digest, right? And this month's program, right? This month's free class is the last class we'll be hosting for the year, right? So it's usually 3 days, and it started since July, right? It's been 6 months till today. So I'll just be going with I dropped a poll in the group, right? On the first day I created a group, and the poll was based on trying to understand the kind of traders I'm dealing with, right? Someone said you can't hear me. You can't hear me. Can you still hear me clearly? Can you hear me? My voice is low. Who knows when it's like that? Can you hear me clearly? All right, so fine. You can hear me loud and clear. So let's do something. Today is the first day, right? And in the poll, it's suggested that over 120 are noobs, right? Why 95 are intermediate technical analysts or intermediate traders. So since majority carries the votes, right? I'll be starting with a more basic thing to help those who are coming into the concept of trading to understand how all of these trading strategies and all of these trading concepts work, right? Yeah, so let's get started though. You can hear me? Wow. Can you still hear me?
Disconnected.
Can you still hear me? All right, so I think I was on a visit. Interesting. So let's do something, right? Trading strategy and trading concepts. Trading strategies, right? Or should I say, or concepts, yeah. Or concepts, line boarding this. You can hear me clear, and that is a good news. So when we talk of trading strategy, right? When we talk of trading strategy, I mean this for well, it's for everyone, right? When we talk of trading strategy or concept, right, we're actually looking at should I say, a system that enables you to plan your trades, right? Analyze your trades, place and execute your trade, right? A system, it mustn't be 100% who is that person? It mustn't be 100% complete, right? We have a winning system of 80 to 100 over 80, that is 80 over 100, right? That system is actually cool, right? You have several trading strategies, several trading concepts, right? And if this is your first time ever attending to any T class, right, or any crypto class, right, now I'll try to list as much as I can for you so that when you get to see all these strategies, you won't get confused on maybe this one is the best or this one is more working than the other, right? Yeah, so let me show you something, right? So let me start with the should I say the normal strategy, right? I'll use bosses to explain them, right? The normal strategies. Let me start with the retails, right? We have the retrace strategy inside middle, right? We have the retail strategy, right? And I'll tell you things that all of these strategies comprises. And we have the retail strategy, right? black bolding. Okay, we have the retail strategy, right? And we have Falcon strategy, right? We have Falcon strategy. These are trading concepts, right? Trading concepts. We have Falcon strategy, Falcon strategy, Falcon strategy, right? We have the one you all know, right? The ICT concept, or should I say the smart money concept, right? That is a trading concept, a trading strategy, right? So do I say the ICT or SMC? Let me leave it like this, right? Or SMC concept, right? Or SMC, let me start with SMC. The smart money concept, right? Smart money or ICT concepts. Yeah, so the one that almost everyone who is coming into the game keeps on hearing, right? ICT or SMC concepts. We have people that trade with indicators, right? These are trading strategies. We have people that utilizes just indicators, right? I will call them, should I say, the indicator traders, right? We have people that just makes use of indicators to trade, right? I'm gonna give you this name, right? Because there is no appropriate name for it. And we have the algo traders. These are trading concepts, right? Trading concepts. We have the algo traders, algorithm. We have the algo traders, algo traders. We have the algo traders, and one last one. Like there are lots of them, right? But then, as far as I can go, this will be where we stop. And one other one, right? Let me make it here. We have what we call BTMM, beat the market maker. It's a different trading strategy or a different trading concept. BTMM. Let's try to adjust this. I want it to be as much. Am I recording this? So I'm recording it. The recordings may not be made available to the public though, just to keep. We have we use the abbreviation, right? The BTMM by Steve Morrow, right? BTMM. Most of you might have not heard of this, right? But now let me say a little thing, starting from this. How many strategies are here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 trading strategies, right? Now, all of these strategies, there are traders like you and I that utilizes them, right? Traders like you and I that makes use of several of these strategies to trade, right? Now, the most common one, like very, very common trading strategy here is, hi, who is saying hi? The most common one here, right? This is retail strategy. The one that almost all ICT concept traders hate, right? They say that it doesn't work, right? Yeah, which is truly false because all strategy works. Okay, when you talk about retail strategy, right? Should I say they capitalize on they make use of should I say levels, right? Chart levels. They use the candlesticks to determine their trade results, right? They make use of charts levels, major levels, even in a 1 hour time frame. There are major levels there in a 1 hour time frame, right? In a 30 minutes time frame, there are major levels there. In a daily time frame, there are major levels there. So these retail traders, they make use of those levels, and then they keep watch of those levels for things like this to occur. For things like a breakout and a retest, right? Breakout and retest to occur. Breakout and retest, right? Breakout and retest. We wait for things like breakout and retest to occur, right? Or they utilizes support and resistance. Yeah, if you've made any friend of someone who trades retail strategy, you find one common thing there in them is that they do not neglect support and resistance levels. They do not neglect support and resistance levels because these are vital informations on the charts, right? They utilizes support and resistance levels, right? Support and resistance levels, support and resistance levels, right? They make use of trend lines, right? They are the trend line traders. They make use of trend lines a whole lot, right? I don't know if I should capitalize all of these things so that it will save me from stress. My gosh, not working. So support and resistance, right? Support and resistance, right? These are just intro. After this, we are having other things to do. It should be a 1 hour class. I don't know if 1 hour will contain. 1 hour is too small. All right, so we have trend line. They observe the trend line levels, right? You know what the trend line is? They make use of trend line to find their trades. So trend lines, right? They utilizes these trend lines. They mark areas where price is. I don't want to give you an example because this is a basic thing. 14, right? Okay, this should do for a retail strategy, right? Now, for Falcon traders, you might have heard of people that, who are those people? What is the problem? Are you having any issue seeing my screen or hearing my voice, anything like that? Everything is fine. Okay, then. If you're having any problem though, because everyone here deserves an attention, right? No one should be looked down upon. So, but then if you're having any problems, you can actually leave the Zoom call and join back. We are 97 here. Power off. We are 97 here. Chances that even if you leave, you may not have time to you may not have a slot to join back. Yeah, let's continue, right? Like I said the first time, right, the retail strategy, they utilizes breakout and retest, support and resistance levels. They make use of trend lines to capitalize on their trades, right? They do not neglect all of these things in the charts, right? Now, coming to Falcon strategy, you might have heard of chart patterns, right? It's way bigger than chart patterns, but then it's commonly known as people that trade chart patterns because Falcon strategy has to do with Falcon strategy and has to do with chart patterns, right? You're using chart patterns to find your trade. You know the chart patterns now, the bullish flag, the bearish flag, the rising wedge, falling wedge, the channel patterns, a whole lot of and should I say chart formations like that, right? Now these are what these kind of traders use. They make use of those chart formations. Let me try to draw little of them, right? These Falcon traders, right? They make use of all of those chart formations, all of those chart formations to execute their trades, right? Let me type a little. It makes use of example of the formations here. Let me type them out for you. So bullish flag, right? Bullish, bullish or bearish flag, because I don't want to bullish or bearish flag, bullish or bearish flag, right? Bullish or bearish flag, sorry. Bearish flag, right? You can have lots of them, right? Ascending channels, descending channels. I'll make it short because we have other things to look out for. Ascending channels, descending channels, ascending triangle, anything you call them, right? Ascending triangles, descending triangle, right? Descending triangles, and etc, right? Because there are a whole lot of chart patterns that there are a whole lot of chart patterns, right? A whole lot of chart pattern formations, right? When I talk of bullish flag, I don't know, this is not a class for newbies, but then when I talk of flag patterns, so when I talk of chart patterns, you know what chart patterns are, right? An example here, a bearish flag, right? A bearish flag that sorry, a bearish flag here, right? The bearish flag formation on the charts. They know how to trade this thing and sell it to the bottom, right? Now these are how these traders execute their trades. They wait for chart patterns, their preferred chart patterns to form on the charts, right? They wait for candlesticks to form their preferred chart patterns, and then they make use of those chart patterns to execute their trades, right? I will skip ICT concepts and I will jump to indicator traders because I know here we have lots of attention because these are the types of traders we fall into, majority of us, right? So when we talk about indicator traders, a short one, right? Go to the group. I will send you a screenshot of someone that took a trade with an indicator, right? Just go to the group. You will see a screenshot, a very big one of someone that took trade using just indicators, right? Because there are a whole lot of things out there in this space, a whole lot of things, and I'm not in the shoot to tell you that none of them works, right? Because everything works. So a little time, in a space of 1 minute, you should get the gist there. Okay, seems like I'm gonna send it after the session is over. We already filled. I'm sending something to the group right now. I'm sending something to the group. It's a trade a student of mine executed. So now we are done. Check the group. Okay. Okay, I've sent it. So you can look up to the group. Just spare yourself some time and then look at the group before we continue. Because in this section, I'm just trying to clear your eyes. These are our last sections, right? And I need to have time with you guys to explain some things for you. I don't want to jump into going to the charts and showing you how I take my trades, how I approach trades without telling you things about some of these concepts, right? It's not gonna be good. Okay, in a minute time, I will continue from where I stopped. I think by now most of you have seen the screenshots, the record I sent there. So if you've seen the screenshot, sorry, if you've seen what I sent to the group, you can actually indicate. Have you seen it? Have you actually seen what I'm telling you about? Okay, so that is an example of a trade executed with just indicator traders, right? Now for a normal trader like me and you who do not trade indicators, right? Who do not trade indicators, we may argue with people that trade indicators that their strategy doesn't work, right? You may see someone trading just moving averages and you call them dump, right? You may see someone trading just Fibonacci retracements and you call the person dump. But no, these people are indicator traders. Like I said, there are several types of trading strategies, right? When you see someone, we have someone who trades the retail strategy. You should know him on Twitter. He's a very famous person. His name is Crypto Capo, right? You should know him on Twitter. He's a retail trader in terms of strategy, right? Crypto Capo. So something like 2 dots here, like yeah, he's a retail strategy trader, right? When you see his charts, he does with levels, breakout and retest, right? You can reach his status to confirm these things I'm saying to you right now, because I go with facts and read time results. Yeah, so when you look at his charts, he trades breakout and retest, right? Support and resistance. He trades trend lines. You see all of these levels, these major levels on his charts, right? This crypto capo is a retail, he uses retail strategy to execute his trades, right? Now I know some of my I know some persons who utilizes Falcon strategy, right? And this is just an example of someone who trades indicators that I showed you in the group, right? Now, now let's continue. For indicators, right? We have several indicators you can use, right? We have these indicator traders, they utilize several indicators, right? Let me just type some for you, right? They utilize several indicators to execute their trades, to execute their trades. All right, so and those indicators right, the most famous one of all indicators, the moving averages, right? The moving averages, the moving averages, right? We have the MACD. You know what MACD is? The moving average convergence divergence, right? You know what MACD is? The moving average. I was once an indicator trader, right? I trade indicators, but then I stopped. I only traded moving average and Bollinger Bands divergence, right? Divergence. So this is what MACD stands for. You might have been seeing MACD maybe on Binance when you want to place your trades, right? And you should actually be curious when you see something that you do not know, right? Yeah. So this is MACD, and we have another one that is actually popular. We have the Fibonacci retracement tool, right? The Fibonacci. This one works very, very well. Fibonacci shouldn't be underestimated, right? The Fibonacci retracement tool, right? Fibonacci retracement rather, right? My connection is unstable. Fuck. Someone said he's taking notes. Is there any person here who is jotting what I'm saying? Because, well, we have in history. We have Fibonacci retracement too, right? And we have the RSI. You might have heard of RSI, relative strength index, right? Relative strength index. That shows you a bullish divergence and a bearish divergence, right? Relative strength index, right? Index. The RSI, right? RSI. Let me just stop here. Bollinger Bands, right? Bollinger Bands, Bollinger Bands. We call it the bows, right? Bows. Sorry. You've seen this thing on Binance when you want to check price of a token. You've seen this short form bulls, right? These for moving averages. They have lots of moving averages there. So I should just put ETC there for you. ETC, right? So we have several moving averages there that people trade. I mean, people trade them and they make money off them, right? So when you see these people, they aren't mad, right? It's just something that works for them, right? ETC, right? Now, when we talk of algo traders, is volume an indicator too? Yeah, volume is an indicator, right? When you hear price action, it's actually trying to tell you you trading the pure market, just the candlesticks, right? Just the candlesticks. You don't have to add anything like the indicator or things like that. You just derive raw information using the candlesticks, right? Now, anything apart from the candlesticks there that has to do with tools like this, they falls under they has to do with like technical tools. They fall under these indicators, right? And algo traders, I just know very little about them, right? Because they don't actually use charts. They have raw information of what is happening in the market, right? Why are you asking me a question right now? We are just getting started. Keep your questions. Just type your questions somewhere in your book because at the end of this section, I will host another one. So you can keep in touch with your persons. At the last section, this is a 1 hour section, but if God permits me, it will last up to 2 hours or 1 hour, 30 minutes. Yeah. So when we talk of algo traders, right, they make use of raw data about what's happening in the market. Most of them don't even need candlesticks to place their trades, right? They don't need to see the candlesticks to know what's going to happen in the market. Like, it's a way more advanced way of placing trades. I do not know too much about them because I'm not an algo trader and I haven't tried, but then I've listened to an algo trader speak, right? You might have known of this person, Nitrozinon, right? I've listened to her speak, and then she's an algo trader and she utilizes those informations most times without the need of candlesticks to execute their trades. And yes, your question will be, are they profitable with those strategies? Yeah, they are, right? Every strategy here I've listed for you are being traded by fellow traders like you and I, right? And they make money or they lose money trading these strategies, right? So that is for algo traders. Now this section, Zoom has timed us up. We've lasted 30 minutes already. Time is running fast. I didn't expect this 30 minutes to just hold very little. We just did little here, like so little, just this thing that took 30 minutes. So it's very little, yeah. So this section will be ending in the next 8 minutes, and then I want to use a new Zoom. I want to use a new one to explain these two strategies because that is my major target. These two strategies, right? Because they are linked. They are one-way linked to each other, right? So I'll be ending this section because we have less than 8 minutes. Keep your questions, please. Keep your questions. In the next section, maybe I'll provide you the space to answer them. Yeah. If you're gonna forget your questions, you can actually write it down somewhere, right? Yeah. So I'll be ending this and I'll be sending you guys a new link to join up because this one is ending so soon. This one is ending so quickly. So we're gonna join up the next one and then continue from where we stopped. Yeah. Let me end this. Expect a link in less than 10 minutes time. Yeah. In 10 minutes time, you see a new link.